and welcome to Ferris Sports Update. I'm your host, Rob Bentley, and thanks for tuning in. On today's show, we'll update you on Ferris State football and soccer as the Bulldogs prepare for football homecoming this weekend. We'll also have a conversation with our athletic director, Steve Brocklebank, all on today's show. We'll start first, though, with Bulldog football. We're joined by senior defensive end Olalere Oladipo, and first of all, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. You know, it's exciting. I've never done anything like this, so I appreciate the invitation.
I know, obviously, you guys had a bye week this past week. Did you enjoy some time away and really get kind of refreshed and recharged?
Oh, yeah. Like, as you know, we've been on the road lately, and so after games, not really the opportunity to celebrate the wins or enjoy it. So it was nice to have the bye week. You know, guys got together, played some cards, got to watch other college games, and it was just good vibes, you know, just mentally preparing for a long season.
Before we talk more about what's coming up and your career, first of all, that experience a week ago at Montana, what was it like playing in front of 27,000 fans?
That was awesome. Honestly, awesome is probably the best word to describe it. You know, that's, what was it, 27,000 plus people. I remember all of us saying, like, there's more people than were at the national championship game. So that was crazy environment. Not being able to hear yourself talk, the fans talking trash, just interactions you did have with the fans that weren't, you know, out of pocket in any way. Just energy was just crazy. And then you got Sugar Sean there. I'm a big UFC guy, so that was cool to see him there. Got to get a picture after the game. So real cool experience in Montana. And obviously waking up and seeing the mountains is beautiful in itself.
I know, obviously, the Bulldogs off to a great start this year and a couple big wins before that Montana trip. And I know a team that's really got some big goals still in front of them here this year.
Oh, yeah. So, you know, we break down the season. We say win the GLIAC and win playoffs. And so, you know, we got past the first 3 weeks, and now we're going to get into conference play. So, like we said, dominate the GLIAC, get ourselves in a good position for playoffs, and do what we do best, win football games.
Obviously, you've won a lot of football games in your career. Going back to last year and maybe the year before, what was it like being a part of those two national championship teams?
It was actually crazy. So at my former school, we didn't really win a lot. So I was used to losing. And then I transferred to Ferris in January of 2020, and just seeing like how losing was not a part of this culture and how guys would get angry about losses, whereas I was kind of used to it. Then we start winning, and it's like, wow, this is fun, and we're successful, you know, winning the GLIAC, winning the national championship. It's just a sweet culture to be a part of. Yeah.
I know you mentioned you came in January 2020, came in and obviously missed that 2020 season due to COVID. What was it like during that time period, I guess, just training, knowing that you had some big seasons coming up?
It was good. It was cool. Like, I remember the facilities was closed here at the complex, so we had kind of like a makeshift weight room in our backyard, and we had all the Ferris sports teams coming in our backyard trying to get some work in. So that was some of the, like, best times of my life, honestly. Like, COVID just like made everyone get creative and just work hard to just, you know, yeah, we don't get a season, but there's bigger things we're trying to chase. So like we can't have a drop off. Guys had to get after it by any means necessary. So COVID was a pretty, like, despite, you know, all the rules and regulations, it was a good time for the team.
I know, obviously, one of those guys you worked out a lot with, Caleb Murphy, now with the Tennessee Titans. What was it like playing with him? And I know you guys still have a great relationship.
Yeah, you know, we did everything together, eat meals, work out, like watch NFL games and film for hours, just like manifesting what we wanted for ourselves. You know, ideally, like, we wanted both of us to make it around the same time, but, you know, I got to wait my time a little bit. But he's an amazing dude. You know, he came from Grand Valley. At first, we didn't talk much, but as the years progressed, we built that relationship, and I told him to come live with me, and we kind of just adopted the same habits from each other, and, you know, just turned it. You saw it on the field, like our relationship and chemistry, and like just how we coexisted with each other. It was just beautiful football when we were on the field together.
I know, not only him, but guys like Ian Hall. I know some of you older guys now, leaders on the defensive line. What's it like going to work every day with those guys, knowing that you're going to make each other better?
Yeah, so we got Victor Nelson, Duran, Ian Hall, Desmond Lance, guys like that. They really buy in, and they love the sport just as much as I do. We all like talk about how we can be better. We feel like this team is going to go as far as the D-line allows it to go. And so we take pride in everything we do. And those guys that I mentioned, you know, we talk a lot about how we can be better, how can we up our production, how can we just really take over games. And, you know, that's what we plan on doing all year.
How has it been playing under Coach Tesfa Smith and obviously Coach Anise, guys that have kind of developed defensive linemen here in the past, and knowing that you have the opportunity if you put in the time and the effort?
It's a blessing to play under them. You know, if you're a player, they'll give you freedom to do what you do and do what you want to do on the field, but within the system. And they just a lot of positive encouragement for those guys during the season. During like games, they know like the D line is a big part of our team, and so they make sure like that we're on our P's and Q's. And TA doesn't really talk to us much during practice, but in games, you would think he's the D coordinator himself with the amount of times he talks to the defensive line. So just playing with those guys, playing for coaches who care, it's huge. You know, it just makes you feel better as a player, and you want to just go harder for them on the field.
Oh, obviously, last year you had some great recognition, named an academic All-American. What did that mean for you, not only to see the success you've had on the field, but also in the classroom?
Just given like the cards I've been dealt in life, you know, I've been through adversity, and there was a time in my career where football was taken from me. So just the people around me, they told me something that stuck with me. They said, football can get taken from you, but your mind can't. So at that point, I knew I had to take school seriously. Education could take you far in this life. And like I said, football can always be taken away, but no one can take that degree from me. So I made it a big thing for me to have success in school. And when I got tagged with that academic All-American, to be honest, I was more proud of that than the national championship, just given the way my life has gone. So that was a huge accomplishment for me and my family. They're very happy. And my mom being a doctor, like education is huge for her. So she was very ecstatic about that.
I know, obviously, this week, looking forward to being back at home, homecoming against Northern Michigan, and I know looking forward to playing in front of hopefully a big crowd this Saturday.
Oh, yeah, homecoming is always a good time. Guys come back, and it's just good energy, and you're excited for the game, but then, you know, you're excited for after the game, too. And, you know, hopefully we do what we do what we're supposed to do, you know, win the game, give the people a good show, and, you know, celebrate the win.
I know as you move forward through the season, obviously you're focused on the season, but what's ahead for you when your Bulldog football career is finally said and done?
So, you know, I've been getting a little bit NFL buzz, so, you know, just got to focus on the main thing and do what I do on the field and stay consistent and pray I just get an opportunity at the next level, you know. So I know I've had the blueprints in front of me. You know, I've had many friends in the NFL. I got my best friends in the NFL. I watched what he did all last year. So I have the blueprint, you know. I just got to go out there and do it and, you know, hope I get an opportunity.
And finally here, what's maybe the brotherhood been like at Ferris State, and how excited have you been to be a Bulldog?
Bulldog tight-knit family, you know. I'll name a couple older guys, John Higgins, Sam Hybor, Jirdad, Bach, Liam, like guys like that who were passed on, like they still talk to me to this day, and that just goes to show like the culture the Bulldog program has, where it don't matter how long ago you graduated, you know, like you played on that field with that guy, you guys are brothers for life, and you care for them for the rest of your life, and just nothing but love, you know. And even during the Montana game, Murph was trying to reach out to me at halftime, trying to give me tips and that. So just a very caring culture, and it's awesome to be a part of that Bulldog Brotherhood. Yeah, just a lot of love.
Ray, thanks for the time. Best of luck this weekend as you get ready to take on Northern Michigan.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.